Okay, and we should be live. I believe we should be. And hopefully my mic is working this time. I did check beforehand, but okay, nope, yep, it's still going. We should be all good. Just need to get a chat window up for me. Going well, stream health. Make sure nothing else is going on in the background that might be interrupting things. Excuse me. Down to number 51. Radio. There we go. So, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Last stream we were working on, we started the Heavensward Hildibrand quests, the even further Hildibrand adventures. And we got most of the way through actually. I think we're on to the final chapter already. So I'm thinking this stream might be a bit shorter, because I kind of want to have the Scholastica's quests kind of their own stream. But I might do just the... I know there's kind of like a one prerequisite quest you have to do. But we'll see how much time there is once we finish up the normal Hildibrand stuff. But anyway. I'm going to check in with Seer, see if anything's... What's progress has been made since we last spoke to him. Hello, sir. Any news on Gigi? Should I be saying Vivi now? We need to speak, Sorin. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since last we spoke, and the results have been rather troubling to say the least. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Allag is portrayed in the Enchiridion as a cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Allagans are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. It was in these texts that I found references to temporal magics once wielded by Allagan mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if Gigi's abilities in these magics are one and the same, then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grandsires, much as he restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there is no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when it shattered. Even if the vessel were restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before, the very same, every drop returned? Or would it be different water? Or would the water, once spilt, be forever lost? As practiced as I am with magic, sir, I'm not quite sure I know enough to answer that question. I speak of the soul, my friend. For even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? Grandsires are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can. But the dead who have entered into Halone's halls cannot return. They cannot! Yet Gigi is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Yeah, and there's no guarantee it'll even work. Therefore, even if he does bring something back, that it'll be Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Charlian texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient Allagan magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus' former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there, something which could help us persuade Gigi to change his course. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildibrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Mr. Seer, did you just suggest yourself bringing Inspector Hildibrand along? But I suppose, yeah, I'm happy enough to come along, and we certainly can't not bring him along. It's... I guess Gigi is still his son in the end? Are we going along with that? Excellent. Then let us be about our business. I saw you, heretic! Excuse me? I beg your pardon? Are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Seer. I saw you sneak into the archives and seek out the forbidden tomes. Saw a mad light in your eyes as you partook of the forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all that for my investigation. Aha! You admit your crimes, that you did secretly, without permission, in blatant contravention of the rules. Read forbidden tomes. And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. You stupid, ignorant... Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you'll go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that, damn it. We're better than that. Mr. Seer? Are you okay? If you'll not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. I guess that means you're in trouble? Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? Suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter. Or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps. And a way to help those in need. Well, that sounds like growth to me, Mr. Seer. But there's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? And it's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let us depart for a little shower at once. We need to find the inspector. Right. I guess this makes Mr. Seer an exile of sorts. That's... I feel I should feel bad for him, but... I think what just happened might have been good for him. To actually realize and have to confront that he has changed. I guess I shouldn't keep them all waiting. We'll see what we can find to maybe stop Gigi, and those grandsires need stopped as well. Oh. I suppose their only crime isn't just wanting their youth back. They did actually own people, which is not a serious crime as some of the people I've dealt with, but it's still a crime. Mrs. Mandeville? God damn it, Hildy. I rate you have better sense than this. Miss Nashi? Oh, are you looking for the inspector? He went off on his lonesome. Off alone? It would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildibrand has already gone off on his own to confront the grandsires. He knows where they went, even? They came back briefly to trade Jinkleyshine for supplies and whatnot, you see. And the Gobbies ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. Like, this is a really bad time for Ishgardian knights to be killing dragons. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them right away and backtake Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Bugger that, he's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, I turn my back on the boy for one bleeding second and he loses his goddamn mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try to find him and offer hand-lending? We probably should, but... Miss Nashi, how much time have you been spending around the goblins here? I didn't think I'd been gone long enough for you to start talking entirely like that. I'm rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grandsir's attack, or worse, kill any of Hraesvelgur's brood. That is my main concern here right now as well. But first things first, I suppose, Sorin. Would you be so kind as to assist Mr. Snashu and Julian in their search for the Inspector? I will pay a visit to Watchmaker's Quan's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let us just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Mr. Sir, I'm not sure the adventures we've been on together really is a good example of reality. Huh. Could it be the scrawny little shites finally found his spine? I think you can give him a break, Mrs. Mandeville. Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the Inspector probably went there first to ask after the Grandsires, so if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. Right, Tailfeather. Haven't said hello to Tailfeather for a while. I think the last time I passed through was... It was when we brought Miss Lucy along on the... to visit Vidofnir about the peace conference. Hildy practically grew up in the saddle. Gave him firm thighs and buttocks, it did. Useful information, ma'am. Miss Nashu? Find anything? Right then. I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector or the Grandsires or Gigi, come and tell me. Right. Off asking questions again. Easy enough. At least the Inspector's a fairly unique individual. If anyone's seen him, they'll probably remember. 3 dragon slayers in the Mammoth. I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through earlier. Boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. Biggest one yet? That sounds like a problem. I've seen Ishgardian Knights kill fairly large dragons already. Hello, sir. I'm looking for some knights and a little mammoth along with them. Blue, big hat. Oh, those daft sods. They're for Annex Trine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident. That much I recall. Right. Annex Trine. Be going after Vidofnir, would they? That would be something I'd rather not see. Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me anything about 3 knights and a mammoth who might have passed through here? The Guardians of the Mammoth. Oh, they were here. I proclaim it all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. Gods only know if the naive fools are serious. Alex trying to kill the biggest dragon of them. I'm thinking Vidofnir if they're heading to Annex Trine. Miss Nashi? Have you learned anything? I take it that's a no? I learned a little bit myself, nothing conclusive. Oh, I see! So the Grandsires were headed for Annex Trine. As far as I can gather, yeah. And my dear boy wasn't far behind him either. What are we waiting for? Let's go! Let's go! Right. Those time's of the essence. Hopefully I get there in time before they do something that's... don't think all the dragons at Annex Shrine are of Hraesvelgur's brood, but I think they're all ones who are, at least, they tolerate people. Is that... This feels familiar. Does Lily do this? Usually he ends up on the receiving end. Oh, I found one of the grandsires. Mr. Orland, sir? The poor, unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be, but where do you ever get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Oh, how silly of me. I'm sure you've got more than enough strength to yank him free. Right, Sorin? Maybe? I mean, of anyone here, I would think Mrs. Mandeville would maybe be the best choice, but... Be able to... Wait a moment. I should have seen that one coming. Well, I'll be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask. What makes him look just like the inspector, just like the man of 1,000 faces back in Ul'dah. Oh, that's Hildibrand, all right. There's no fooling him over his eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time? Mr. Mandeville. Why, hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector, sir. How'd you two end up travelling together? A blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but fortunately Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. Lord Edmund told me all about this recent trouble of the Grandsires, as well as Hildy's investigation. A father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share a few of my latest findings, namely Archmagus Quan's research notes. I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. Well, I must confess no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grandsires. But ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful for your succour, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. This wouldn't have happened if you'd waited for us instead of... Wait, why in the hell are you still wearing that rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, 'twould seem the Grandsires have grown more perceptive in their newfound youth. Wait... They've already... Wait, do you mean they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were moreover more pointy than I remember. By the Fury, not pointy! According to Archmagus Quan's notes, that's a sign Gigi's using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his Aether will be expended and he'll end up not more than an empty husk. This is terrible news! We must catch up to the Grandsires at once! Do you know where they're headed? All I heard was that they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Churning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. Nidhogg, you say? They might find that a little difficult. Really? That all happened? Huh. I meant the other one, Hraesvelgur. They're going to try and kill Hraesvelgur himself? Hraesvelgur? Fury, take me, what could they possibly hope to achieve? Well, I think we already know, Mr. Sir. All their motivations seem to be reliving their glory days, which I'm guessing for knights like them is dragon slaying. He looks well enough, but I wonder... Yeah. Balls like that have got to start taking their toll on you eventually, right, don't they? Watching Hildy learn and grow as a father reminds me of my own trials and tribulations. Any thoughts, Mr. Sir? They're finally achieving peace after 1,000 years of war. They want to kill Hraesvelgr. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think they're thinking in terms of what makes sense, sir. At least we found the inspector, right? That we did, Miss Nashi. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grand Sir's machinations. You know, there's really no need for all that. We came because we wanted to help. I, Nashi, faithful assistant, maker of explosives extraordinaire, do hereby present to you this fresh change of clothing. Capital! I knew I could count on you, Nashi. I shall change en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi. Right. Now to put a stop to this. It looks like the fate of the Dragonsong War might be in my hands again. Well, it's either in my hands or I entrust it to Mr. Hildibrand. And I'm not quite sure that's something I'm ready to do. No sign of too much going on. Whoever's a little ominous. I say, what brilliant craftsmanship! How did they manage? Spending too much time at this high altitude can't be good for my skin. Huh, to think that I stand in the heart of Dravanian territory. Me? How long ago was I scouring the streets for heretics? I think about half a week, sir. Nashi, how are you doing? His disguises may be amazing, but nothing beats the classic Inspector look. You know what? Once, I think I agree with you, Miss Nashi. Inspector? Ready to bring an end to this? Make ready, my friends! The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand! Inspector? It would seem my wounds are more serious than I thought. I fear I am in no condition to confront our foes. There is but one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self. Don't you worry, I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give her baby boy a massage? Oh, my dearest Mummy... Mother dearest, I would not oppose upon you, not when my ever-loyal associate Sorin stands ready to minister to my muscles. Sir? Are you sure you wouldn't rather have your mother do it? Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mummy take care of little Hildy's hurts. My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let Sorin handle it. Theirs is a bond which transcends time and space and personal boundaries. Sir, I would rather it not. If that's the way of it, I'm counting on you, Sorin. Thank you, ma'am. Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend, coat my body in oil, as you have done so many a time before. Are you sure you wouldn't rather do it yourself, sir? Salamander oil massages are something of a Manderville tradition, one I hope to pass on to little Gigi someday. Mrs. Manderville? Oh, the memories. Sir? Would you want to? You may as well get on with it. You're sure? Nashi, you're the assistant, right? I wish Inspector Hildibrand would let me oil him up. You're not going to listen to your faithful assistant, Mr. Hildibrand? Why do you hesitate? Have we not done this time and time again? Oil me up, man. Okay, sir. It rubs the oil on his skin. It does this whenever it is told. Oh, how it soothes my aches and pains. Quickly now, knead it into my flesh. Knead as you have never kneaded before. Okay, sir. Oh, such furious kneading. I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urged you to excessive force. Nay, you are in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread throughout my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast. Hold, my son. Though your passion is renewed, you may yet be spurred to greater feats of Mandervillian strength. Derived from the purest essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Manderville. Salamanderville! To you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath this most sacred of oils. Salamanderville! Could it be that the legends are true? Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so, for by its grace did I once weather the slings and arrows of a bandit horde, and bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Sorin. Take this oil and help Hildy become the Manderville man he was meant to be. Okay, sir? Again? Are we sure we can't let Nash do it? But Inspector Hildibrand's already so shiny, I think I might go blind. You don't want to turn, sir? No? I am ready for my final oiling, Sorin. Best of the best for a Manderville man. To rise to the top as the cream only can. So for the lack of a logical plan, massage the Mander Manderville. Here we go. Oh, the Salamanderville! How it flows into every nook and cranny! Quickly now, lay your hands upon me, massage me with all your might. Oh, yes! Yes! That's the spirit! I can feel it building and rising! Rising! And now... still more, sir. Oh, such passion! Such fervour! I am the inferno unbound, the tempest unleashed. I have not yet begun to pose. You seem to be posing okay, sir. You were sure no one else wants a turn? Still, why me? Just get it over and done with. Is that good enough, sir? I am Manderville man! That Salamanderville is, my word, I've never felt so alive. Such vibrant colours, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Sorin, 'twas your oils and your strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector reborn. Onward to Zenith! No matter the laws of nature they pervert, or the limits they break, the Grand Sirs can do naught to stop me. Onward, sir. This is for the future of Ishgard. This is for peace. There's a reason to this. I hope. Hopefully, Sir will never bring this up again. Now... Grandsires. The magic really did work. Well, let's trust that Salamanderville did what it was supposed to. Gigi! You definitely are pointier eyes than before. Grandsires, I have come for my son! Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay. There's no need for any of this. The war is over. But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood, and we, having consumed his eyes, will use our new powers to win untold glory on the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity. That's... You would doom countless innocents for glory. No, I won't allow it. Over my dead body. Far be it from us to deny you then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end! That's what Gordon used. Miss... Inspector? I hope he's okay in there. Inspector? This might be a bit more of a problem than I considered. Inspector? Have faith, my love. He is our son. Inspector, are you okay? Obviously not, but... Standing at least. Gigi, my beautiful boy! Why do not look on me with such pointy eyes? Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo. Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi. I remember everything. My powers, my purpose. My Grandpapa Quan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more. More. I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back. I'm sorry, Gigi, but no, you cannot. Grandpapa Quan is gone. He's right, Gigi. Mayhap you could restore his corporeal form and breathe life into it. But his soul, what made him your grandpapa, is forever beyond your reach. That's not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should be, even Grandpapa Quan, even you, Papa Hildy. Gigi? Please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die. What did he do to... What? Has Gigi already overexerted himself, or... I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered. Inspector? As they should be, Gigi. For my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live life to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. This is his true form. I found your grandpapa's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world, to make things the way you yourself believed they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the Inspector. Because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his is, in its own way, right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Sir, and it is for this self-same reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your heart you knew that there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved Grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration. Then what about the Grandsirs? Why was I able to make them young again? All you truly knew of them were the stories they told, wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in the prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them as such. That's all they ever talked about, when they were young and free and full of fire. At first, Archmagus Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving of him as anything but an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world, no longer a mere mammoth, but a friend, family, his only family, his grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality. But I still lost my memories in the end. He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained. Something stronger and more powerful and more resilient than anything Archmagus Quan ever dared dream. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free. Free? Free to do what? Whatever you like, Gigi. Don't you see? That was his final gift to you. A new life. A new story, all your own. This has all been very, very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't at any rate. We've suffered your meddling long enough. I had intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you were so perfectly positioned... A trap to kill Trace? What? Oh. I think we need to move. Quite quickly. Inspector, are you okay to run, or...? Wait a... Gigi? Is... Gigi? I am Vivi, grandson of Archmagus Quan, and Gigi, son of Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville. Oh. And this is my story. Voice lines that don't give you time to read them. What just... happened? Mr. Sear? I feel fine. You the same? Did Gigi restore the pillars? He saved us. Gigi? Oh, that far must have... Grandsires are back as well. And, Mr. Manderville? Why, Mrs. Manderville? Sir, is Gigi... Is he gone? It's like it never happened. After the loss of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for us all. He made us all as we once were. As we were meant to be. Ma'am? After all that gallivanting about, I get bugger all. What about my misspent youth? I was not meant to be this bloody old. Ha ha ha, such a fine day. Never have I squatted with such perfect form. I may well have reached my physical peak. Ha, what rot. Act your age, you daft sod. You look foolish. I wouldn't insult Mr. Manderville, ma'am. You should be grateful. Gigi saw what you had become and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance to relive our glory days. Excuse me. It was all rather silly though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old. I was a coward when I was young, but now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris. Oh. You're a blind, bloody fool, Conspart. All's well that ends well? Except Gigi's gone. What are we gonna tell the inspector? I say, am I dead again? Not this time, Inspector. Quite alive, Inspector, along with everyone else, thanks to Gigi. The Grand Sirs are also in our custody. Ha ha ha! That's my boy! Where is the little tyke anyway? Gigi embarked on a brand new adventure. He's no longer with us. I see. If that's what he wanted, then I could not be happier for him. I'm sure Archmagus Quan would feel the same way. What do we do now, Inspector? Is it not obvious, Nashu? The wide world beckons to us, with the promise of mystery and wonder. We shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound, and perhaps, one day, we shall meet young Gigi again. There's nothing can keep him down. Now, Gigi is a mammoth. There's a chance he could be repaired, recharged, right? I hate to admit it, but this whole mess got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right by Gigi, Hildy. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you've become. And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the ephemeral nature of physical beauty, and allowing yourself to age gracefully. Inspector. Gracefully, was it? I fear we may have had a failure to communicate! Well... Oh. There he goes again! Wait for me, Inspector! Wait! Hark! What is that curious light I spy in the far eastern skies? And this oh so familiar scent which fills my nostrils. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succour, I, Hildibrand, shall be there. Till we meet again. We're just going to... I'm sure Nashi will find him okay. Eventually. Is he really gone, sir? I have friends at the Goldsmiths Guild. We can maybe look at... I say, you do know that so long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead. That's what I was about to mention, sir. That's right. So dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about. He has fallen into a dormant state because he used up all his aether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon the ambient aether, and in time he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend to the child for now. Well, when it comes to goldsmiths, sir, I don't think there's much better hands than Mr. Mandeville. As for these three, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead. A most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh, yes. It was my duty. After everything I said to that young inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me in a gallon and throw away the key if they don't kill me outright. So go to Edelshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away, no? Well, that's a plan, isn't it? That doesn't sound all that bad, actually. I'm full glad I am to accept your offer. I'm sure Hildy wouldn't mind either. I suppose there's nothing for it but to wait till it comes back down. Was a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch. He came back after flying off last time, and I'm sure we'll see him again soon enough. Just... maybe, hopefully next time things won't... get me too heavily involved. Well, I suppose in the end I managed to avoid doing a lot of things this time. No monsters for me to fight, or... Gilgamesh seems to be keeping his word that he'd stay out of trouble. I suppose there's nothing for it but to leave the grand service to Lord Godbert, and for me to see to Inspector Hildibrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Edelshire, come and see me. There are a few arrangements that I need to make, but I can't imagine that it will take that long for me to settle in. Well, I'll definitely pop by, sir. Thank you, my friend. Until we meet again. Well, maybe go around and see if there's anything I can help out with. I imagine having lived in Ishgard all your life during the war and being an Inquisitor especially is probably quite a change to start living in somewhere like Edelshire. Oh. Mr. Sear? How are you doing? Looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I took on this case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. Rubbish, I believed. The facts I considered unassailable. Fury take me, what a fool I was. If I hadn't met you, and the Inspector, and Gigi, I would have never realized how much I had come to hate my job. Nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek out the truth. The whole truth. And one might say that getting labelled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, now I am free to start a new life here in Adelshire as a consulting inspector. Oh, following in Inspector Hildibrand's footsteps, sir. Well, I think I can trust you to be more, how do I say, reliable than the Inspector. Ah, but enough of that. There's someone I would like you to meet. Oh? That's... Mini? Gee? Lord Godward made some modifications, as you can see. His smaller size should allow him to absorb Aether more effectively over time. And we thought that, if he were to travel with you and share in your grand adventures, that maybe it would hasten his reawakening. Well, if Mr. Hildibrand promised Gigi adventures, so I guess I can give him some in his stead. Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless you and keep you. You too, sir. And I'll see you around. Right, Gigi. Off we go. Oh. Final end credits. Oh yeah. Do you like the little epilogue to this one? Spam. Oh, the gentle dead man is back. There's the Goblin family. Hildibrand will return. Of course he will, but that will be there'll be a few streams yet before that happens. Well, I guess return to Ishgard's in. There was someone else in the market who's I've seen a few times looking a bit troubled. I was actually on my way to talk to him when I noticed Miss Nashi there. Yes. Hello, sir. Wait, this is the one. Good day to you, sir. How may I help you? Oh, you wish to help me? Well, your timing couldn't be better. It would seem I've misplaced a record of sales for my most esteemed client, St. Endalim Scholasticate. A said client had requested another volume from the 72 articles of Hellenic polity. There are 14 in total, and try as I might, I cannot recall which one they specified. Surely you can imagine how embarrassing it would be were I to ask them again myself, and they to learn the reason why. That's why I need you to go in my stead. No need for overt inquiries, mind. Just make small talk and surreptitiously examine the shelves, see what might be missing. Right. Okay. Well, that seems like a fairly normal problem to have. Oh. Lord Madeline? Wonderful to see you, old boy. Come to feel a craving for the latest sort of gossip, have we? Well, I'm sorry to say I have not for you. My nightly duties have kept me far too busy to stay abreast of the talk of the town. Well, that's... glad to hear you're working hard, sir. Keep at it. Much as the city seems to have... much as it's the same city, things are definitely changing around here. I suppose it's only natural with the end of 1,000 years of war. I believe this is the Scholasticate. Oh, it's like a student. Hello there. 72 articles? I do recall borrowing a volume. Which one I cannot say. Would that I had time to read it. Truth be told, my so-called schoolmates have kept me rather preoccupied of late. Not a day goes by without them pulling some childish prank on my dear friend Fionacent. Well, they try at least. I do what I can to see their plans come to naught. No, they will move on to become clergymen or even prelates. We live in a truly unjust world. Well, you keep looking out for your friend there, sir. Sounds like you're doing good work. Excuse me, ma'am. Am I allowed into the Scholasticate? Pray keep your voice down when inside the Scholasticate. Of course, ma'am. This is all the students studying. Hello there, sir. Oh, pardon me, the 72 articles. Why, yes, I've been poring over volumes 12 and 13. The subject matter is quite dense, hardly something that could be handled in a single sitting. If you have need, I could bear to part with them for a short while. No, I see. In that case, I shall continue my studies. Right. So that was 12 and 13. He's reading. Excuse me, ma'am, can I ask you about the 72 articles? You're studying the 72 articles as well? I suppose that makes one of us. I require volume 4, but it has yet to be returned. It outlines the canon laws of the Ishgard Orthodoxy. In truth, these books are all rather dense, especially after the 11th volume. You must memorize the teachings of the 4th to set a foundation for everything that follows. Lay was the last to borrow it as far as I know, but he's been so busy of late. Something about helping children being bullied. If he's truly so busy, I wish he would at least return the book to us. Right, so that's 4, 11, and 12 are taken out. Are these maybe parts of collection? Probably 10. Hello, sir. Huh, a lowborn stumbles into Scholasticate and thinks himself qualified to study Orthodox doctrine. How droll. Our facilities are reserved for those who have potential, like myself. I'll have you know that I'm working through the final volume of the 72 articles. A simpleton like you could spend a lifetime in study and fail to comprehend a single word, I expect. Oh, but don't let me dissuade you. Start with volume 1 and mull over the first few pages for a year or so. Thank you, sir. I think I'll just have a look at the bookshelves. So I'm assuming that would be article number 72, or was there 14 of them? Number 6. One for 9. With no 4 and 6. 6 was over there. That's in the wrong place. I know Or has been borrowed by a student outside. So there's 1 through 9, 10, and 4. We know where they are. 12 and 4. From the sounds of it, volume 11 is missing? I heard no mention of it and I couldn't see it anywhere. Sometimes it's nice to get back to doing the menial tasks like this. Actually, this is part of the adventuring life. You gonna come along, Gigi? I'm not an inspector, but you can see what a bit of adventuring's like. I suppose I should probably warn you, what I tend to get involved in isn't always your average fare. I kind of have to admit that at this stage. Oh. Sir? Back from the Scholasticate. Good. So which volume are they missing? I think it has to be volume 11, sir. Volume 11! Yes, that's it. I remember now. My business and reputation are safe thanks to you. As I'm sure you can imagine, falling out of their good graces would bode ill from business. Scholasticate is the cornerstone of education within the church, and all members of the clergy must pass through its doors. With but a word from the head mistress, I could lose everything I owned, or worse. But thanks to you, my good sir, my business is safe. You've helped me more than you'll ever know. I'm doing what I can to help out, sir. That. You know what? Yeah, I think we can start like a first couple. Ah, my dear sir, how fare you these days? Can't say business has been well myself. As you are aware, the church is in a bit of turmoil, and it's taken a toll on my profits. Unrest is understandable, yet there are many who are using the confusion to take out their anger on my best customers. Now, I'm not the one to get mixed up in politics, but students of the Scholastica pay good gill for tomes and favourite quills. One made a request that I want to oblige in order to keep the coin flowing. On behalf of her peers, she told me some disagreeable folk have been following seminarians back to the cathedral, hurling all manner of insults. Easily singled out by their uniforms, they don't feel comfortable walking out in the open these days, and that includes around the crozier. If you're inclined to keep an eye out for those who would try and harass the students, I'd ask you to make a round near the road to St. Raymond's Cathedral. If you see anyone starting trouble, do what adventurers do best. You know, break it up, keep it at peace, look intimidating. Okay, sir, I can do that. Run along, Gigi? Let's just... This sounds like another, standard fare. Looking for troublemakers and trying to stop them making trouble. Anyone who might... I was just speaking to him at the Scholasticate. We understand his grievances, but we are mere students of the Holy Word. Sir, can we not discuss this like civilized men? Is everything alright here? Our lives are hard enough without some fresh-faced seminarian rubbing salt into our wounds. Will your precious words repay us for what we've lost? Will they bring back the dead? No, of course not, but as a pupil of the Scholasticate, I cannot forsake the teachings. If you give the book back, I am certain I can show you the proper passage to provide succor in your time of... How dare you! As if the lies in this book will keep us warm at night. Better to destroy it than be destroyed by it. Sir, I absolutely cannot allow you to take that particular tome. Come back! Is he really going to... Oh no. Is everything okay? You're an adventurer, aren't you? Please, will you help my friend get his tome back? We were on our way back to the Scholasticate when the man accosted us. This has become an unfortunate occurrence these days, but this is the first time someone went so far as to make off with one of our books. Fiona may mean well, but I fear you'll get caught up in a lot more trouble if they outnumber him. I'll go and get help. I'll get after him then. Let's go, Gigi. Key part of adventuring. Helping people out. Which way? Judging from how they were dressed, my guess would be they're probably returning to the broom. I suppose it would maybe be naive to hope that all the animosity between the highborn and the lowborn would just disappear overnight. And particularly the people whose feel that they've been betrayed by the church. I still want to believe there are honest men and women in there. But look... Sir? Are you okay? Would you mind returning this man's book? Well, what have we here? Any ideas on what to do with these two, Ben? Ben, is that you? My goodness, what are the chances of meeting at a time like this? Please, I would appreciate it if you would ask your friend to produce the tome he has taken from me. Well, well, Fiona, it's been a while. Careful now. I was in the mood for some light reading. But if you or your friend so much as take a step, your precious tome goes up in smoke. Ah, The Parables of St. Danaphan. I know this title. It's the one we read as children. I recall Father Choiseau gave you his own copy before you left the broom for your higher learning. Then you know how much it means to me. I made a promise to him to keep its lessons dear to my heart, and I've kept it with me ever since. All the more reason to burn it, to scatter the ashes, and your dreams along with them. Sir? I will ask you politely to not burn the book. He taught us for your same. Why was I left to rot in this wretched place? Why not you or Lay? What made you two so bloody special? Put the book down, Ben, or I'll see you burned as well. Of all the people, you'd best watch yourselves. The world is changing, and we won't listen to your lies anymore. I'll make sure of that. No. Maybe I can put that fire out, or... Sir? Sir? That's a... Are you okay, sir? Sacrilegious bastard. It's been badly charred. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you won't get much out of it now. Worry not, Lay. I've already committed the entire text to heart. I'm just happy it has been returned to me. Typical. You shouldn't let him off the hook so easily, you know. Were it not that I pity him, I'd hand him over to the Inquisitors without a second thought. You came to help me, yes? Were it not for you, I'm certain they would have turned their hatred towards me soon after. I wish I could pay you for your services, but I'm afraid I live on but a meagre stipend. Hardly enough for candles and ink. But if you'd be so kind as to tell me your name. Sorin Sherwood. Just doing my job. Master Sherwood, I am sincerely grateful to you for your protection. I may not have much in the way of coin, but if you are ever in need of spiritual enlightenment, then you need look no further than the cathedral. Alone's blessings be upon you. Thank you. My monitor turned itself off again. Oop. What does one do with a smouldering tome of parables? Will they struggle to abide the lessons of its now blackened words, or rise from its ashes? This answer I eagerly await. Another mystery. I suppose I should go and let... Really should ask his name. I should let him know that... Yeah, there are... people bothering the students. Maybe they can... Oh? Hello, ma'am. My goodness, it's just an adventure. I beg your pardon, but with all the violence in the streets, I find myself all too wary of those who approach me. Oh, sorry for startling you, ma'am. Sure. You've returned, and not a moment too soon. The students seem less anxious, and business has nearly returned to normal. I presume you found who has been harassing them. Oh dear, not again. Where are the patrols when they are needed? They've been spread thin from what I hear. Fortunately, this gentleman was willing to lend a hand. I thank you for looking out for the well-being of our pupils. I am Sister Gatel, of St. Edlem Scholasticate. And might I ask your... Dear, I know your face. You're Master Sherwood, the one who had a hand in revealing the true history of the Holy See. Oh, yes, that's me, ma'am. What? By the... You mean to tell me I've been asking D. Master Sherwood as my errand boy? And you accepted it with such grace? Alone herself could not have arranged such a curious encounter. On the contrary, I believe our meeting is the product of intervention most divine. Master Sherwood, if you would be so inclined, I would like to take you to meet the headmistress of our humble scholasticate. Of course. By your deeds was light shed on certain inconsistencies in Ishgard's history, and to a lesser extent the Church's teachings. Needless to say, the resulting controversy has strained the relationship between the people and the clergy. The foundation of our great city-state rests upon the wisdom of the Enchiridion. Alas, the lowborn in particular have suffered greatly as a result of erroneous interpretations. Some have even begun to wonder if all our precepts have been thus distorted. We of the Scholasticate are wont to reflect upon these revelations deeper than most. Although we live as scholars, we had grown complacent, accepting the single interpretation set forth by the Archbishop and his predecessors. Excuse me. Although we are openly re-evaluating our teachings, our students continue to be targeted by those who feel they have been deceived. As you yourself have no doubt seen, there are those who would rather purge the city of all clergy, regardless of their guilt. But with you on our side, surely those miscreants would think twice before harming our students. Pray come and visit our halls. I'm certain the students will be put at ease to see you again as well. Of course. Helping out a little and, keeping the peace in Ishgard. That sounds a bit quieter than saving the realm again. Excuse me. I must take my leave and return to the cathedral. Maeve, it has been a pleasure. Master Sherwood, I sincerely hope you shall consider my offer to meet with the headmistress. Baloni's blessings be upon you both. Oh, Mr. Maeve, that's his name. Well, have a good day, sir. I'm going to see if I can offer any help around Scholasticate. Something a bit quieter. You never know, I might learn a bit more about Ishgard as well. What I know of its history, I don't actually know much about what... I don't actually know much about the church itself. Oh, hello, ma'am. Master Sherwood, yes? Sister Gaytel was hopeful you would come and visit. She awaits you inside. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Sister Gaytel? Master Sherwood, welcome to the Scholasticate. I appreciate you coming all this way, but I am afraid the headmistress is not here at the moment. She has taken leave to rest. Forgive me, but I must ask you to meet with her another day. It truly is a pity, as I too was looking forward to her audience with you. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Father Bruvagnon. I've heard much about you from Sister Gaytel. In the headmistress's absence, I have been charged with tending to myriad administrative matters. While that would ordinarily constitute as simply waxing the seal to a pile of parchments, I have been forced to take a more hands-on approach. The deputy headmaster and I were just discussing a rather troubling event which occurred soon after our students' encounter in the broom, and we fear it may be connected. Is it anything I can help out with? Master Sherwood, you are familiar with the statue of Saint Valierant, the one in the centre of the forum. House Zamiel stonemasons have been working on chiselling a new head, and one of our students has been tasked with overseeing their work. Unfortunately, this student has since reported that the piece has vanished from the artisan's workshop. Given that it has little monetary value, Father Bruvagnon and I cannot help but wonder if... If the culprit bears a grudge towards this student. Riardian, Consulting Inspector, at your service. Inspector? Sorin, what brings you here of all places? Ah, don't tell me. You were the hero the students have been murmuring about. I cannot say I am surprised. You are acquainted with my nephew, Master Sherwood. Your nephew, sir? Yes, I have met Inspector Riardian. Yes, mine uncle. You could say our paths have crossed, more than once. An idea occurs to me. Sorin is an adventurer of exceptional skill, in combat and deduction both. Pray, allow me to appoint him as my assistant, no, associate, in my work here at the Scholasticate. Associate? Inspector Riardian's changed a bit. A prolonged association is like to raise more than a few eyebrows, if not invite criticism. While I understand your concern, I am willing to trust Riardian's judgment. Master Sherwood has shown nothing but compassion towards our students. At least permit me his company in ascertaining the piece's whereabouts. You may judge the value of our association afterwards. Very well, but no one is to speak of this to the headmistress. I will allow Master Sherwood to accompany you, but only for the duration of the investigation. And for the love of the Fury, be discreet. Don't worry, sir. I'm fairly certain if it's just this inspector, we can actually achieve that. Excellent. Come, Sorin. Our first course of action will be to question the students responsible for overseeing the statue's restoration. Right. Proper investigation, I think. Suppose I shouldn't be too surprised to bump into Inspector Riardian. Wait a moment, is that... Is that a secret signal, or is it like a family thing, or... Wait. Yomason? Who's in charge? Suit and white pumice dust. We have our boy. Hello there. Master Sherwood. A pleasant surprise to see you once more. Praise be to Halone. Are you involved with the statue head, Chris? So you're asking after the statue piece? I made sure to lock the workshop door, so I don't understand how it could have been taken. But worry not, I take full responsibility and will personally see it returned. Excuse me? That won't be necessary. Inspector Briardian, at your service. I am told you were recently harassed by several ruffians in the Broom, and I suspect they may be responsible for this theft. What can you tell me about these men? Nothing, Inspector. I had never seen them before in my life. And besides, why would they want to steal the statue piece? It makes no sense. In any event, as I said, the responsibility is mine and mine alone. Now, if you would excuse me. Fiona? Admirable sense of responsibility notwithstanding, he's clearly hiding something. Yeah, indeed, sir. I was there at the time, and he definitely seems to know one of the guys down there. Sorin, I think we may find our answers in Foundation. While I make inquiries into Broom, I ask that you keep an eye on the form. Many miscreants are wont to delight in their misdeeds, and this one may be drawn to the statue. Right, sir. I'll keep an eye on it. So, it's in Valorant's form. Oh, hey, I didn't introduce you. When I first met Inspector Hildibrand, Mr. Briardian was there as well. He helped us... Well, actually, Mr. Briardian did a lot of the actual investigating. Is that Fiona? Fiona, what are you doing down here? Is everything okay? Master Sherwood, how did you... I suppose I should be honest with you. I am certain the stolen piece is in that crate, but... I know you're helping the Inspector, but I beg you, let me try to reason with Ben first. Well, sure. Ben, please, return the statue piece and all shall be forgiven. You do understand the consequences of what you are doing. Defiling a saint's monument is a serious crime. When Father Chazot read us stories at the orphanage, you loved the ones about Saint Valierant. Do you not wish to see the statue restored? Saint Valierant, an Azure Dragoon who drew the great worm away from Ishgard. For all we know, that too was a lie. The Holy See and the bloody Highborn deceived us, Theo. They built their fortunes on our backs. But you would willingly believe those lies if it meant a chance at a better life for yourself? I knew you were the one behind this. You've been following Theo and me ever since we met in the Broom. Lay, was it? Be careful, Sorin. He's not going to give up without a fight. A fight? Wait, all of you. I still believe Ben will do what's right. There you go again, turning up your nose and spewing shite as if you're one of them. Don't you see? I am doing what's right. I'm ridding us of these false heroes. Bah, keep your bloody head, and your library and lessons filled with lies. Believe them if you want. You're just as bad as the rest. Well, we got the statue back. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn my sword. He is right to be angry. I dreamt of teaching our people to walk in Halloweeni's grace. But when the scripture itself has been called into question, how am I to find my own way? Whatever should I do? Well, make your own path. My own path? You mean interpret the scripture on my own? A different approach to our faith, to be sure, but mayhap you have the right of it. Forgive me, Ben, but I have come too far to give up now. If Halloweeni's teachings have been distorted by man's hand, then by man's hand they must be redeemed. That's all well and good, but we won't change Ishgard by standing around in the snow. At least Ben left us the statue piece. We'd best return it before that prized peacock starts squawking to the deputy headmaster. Will you come too, Sorin? I'm sure he'll appreciate your help in retrieving it. Sure. Do you want me to give a hand with carrying it as well? Looks like it's a fairly heavy box. Or are you two okay? Yeah, I guess they can manage. Maybe I should have went with them just to make sure they got back safely. Weren't ambushed or anything. I suppose it was just Ben's plan. Oh, it seemed to make it okay. You already explained everything. We recovered the statue piece, and that's what matters. Well, that is that. All's well that ends well, yes? I see you found a boy and a missing statue piece. You had to share with us the details. How much are we saying? Master Sherwood, I see you've returned as well. Leigh and Famous have just finished explaining to me what happened. I thank you for your help in resolving this matter swiftly. I didn't do much, sir, except maybe scare the guy away. But there appears to be something missing, Sorin. Pray tell, what became of the suspect? Surely these two wish to seek justice for the theft. Theo? These two will tell you naught, Inspector, for they are the culprits whom you seek. Who are these guys? Allow me to shed some light on this troubling situation. As a son of House Zamiel, it pained me to learn that our artisan's precious work had been spirited away, so I saw fit to conduct my own investigation. I followed Leigh at a distance, only to find him and his friend consorting with the culprit. Camaraderie among orphans of the broom is to be expected. To steal a saint's head so that they may retrieve it to prove their merit. And such desperation that they would desecrate a tome in this manner. You would expect a seminarian to treat any holy text with utmost care, even if they are but children's stories. Piss off, you priggish whoreson! Sorin was there. He'll tell you you're wrong. Enough! You will all conduct yourselves with decorum as befits seminarians. Leigh, we will discuss penance for your foul language anon. Father Bruvagnon, if I may, the next time the Scholastica portions work with the sacred monuments, pray entrust the task to me. I am certain the artisans of my house would be at ease knowing that their work was in cleaner, more dependable hands. And as for my ignoble peers, if the comprehension of advanced scripture is still beyond you, such do you require a tattered tome of children's lessons. Allow me to procure you a new copy with mine own coin. You need not thank me. House Daymile prides itself on its charity to the deprived. I'm not a... My tome, if you would... Oh. You okay, Theo? Just how long are you planning to lie there? You're completely hopeless. Thank you, Blazy. Ma'am? Are you okay? School is tough, isn't it? Gah! This is what happens when you let him walk all over you. It'll be a miracle if we're not branded heretics by the end of this term. Nay, Fiaumacent, consider this a warning. You are saved this time solely by Master Sherwood's integrity and the grace of the Fury. But I will not turn a blind eye if you continue to fraternize with questionable company. Sure, I wouldn't call what was going on fraternizing. The insurmountable wall between the highborn and lowborn. I wonder, did our ancestors build it brick by brick, or was it fate which drove us apart? And where shall we go from here? Excellent work, Sorin. I had no doubts you would rise to the challenge. Master Sherwood, I must apologize for the behavior of my students. They have been at each other's throats since the revelations came to light. As for your performance, you have surpassed my expectations, and I will allow you to assist Briardian in his work at the Scholasticate. Well done. If I may be so bold, Uncle, though I have but arrived, and this is the only case you have had me investigate thus far, I must say I found it rather a waste of my talents. While theft is indeed a serious matter, I cannot help but wonder if this was merely some pretense. Surely you have a more pressing problem. An astute observation. I expected nothing less. There is indeed another matter I should discuss with you and your newly appointed associate. I think I will just continue on. Actually, I think I might finish it here for tonight. Maybe because the amount I'm yawning implies to me that I'm in need of more sleep than I feel like it. I feel like I need. What? Okay. That was the remainder of the Hildibrand Heavensward stuff, as well as start of Scholastic Quests. Next stream, we'll likely finish up the Scholastic Quests. Yeah, the Scholastic Quests, and probably, because I don't think the Scholastica is that long, it might be the whole stream. Otherwise, if there's still, like, if I get the Scholastic Quests finished up before the hour mark or around the hour mark, I might start the Alexander Quests. So that's what I'm planning to do next. But until then, that'll be on Friday. I hope you've enjoyed. And thank you for coming along. And I'll see you next stream.